I I welcome you all. In this session, we are going to see the exercise number 1.2 in the unit 1 CBSE real numbers. The title of the unit is real number. In this exercise, only 3 problems we are having. We are comparing to the first exercise 1.1. In this exercise, we are having the little bit lengthy problems. But thing is, எல்லாமே ஒரே type of problem. All are same type problems. Proving the given number is irrational. Already we know that root 5 inside the root some number is coming in that is called that is categorized under the irrational. Already we have seen in the introduction part itself, but we have to prove based on the mathematical concepts. Let me enter into the first problem. In this unit we have to solve the problem, means finding the irrational having the 8 steps. 8 step இருக்கு. One by one we have seen that step. How to prove the given number is irrational. Step number 1. Step number 1 is assume the given number is rational. கொடுத்திருக்கிற நம்பரை வந்து ரேஷனல் அசியூம் பண்ணும். That is step number 1. Here root 5 they have been given, so root 5 is rational. This is in wordings. இந்த wordings-ல இருக்கு. Mathematically எப்படி assume பண்றது? How to assume in mathematical form? Hence root 5 can be written as a by b. Here a and b in this b not equal to 0. Another one thing is a-யும் b-யும் co-prime. Co-prime அப்படின்னா what is the meaning? இது ஏங்கிற நம்பருக்கு வந்து 5ங்கிற ஃபேக்டர் இருந்ததுன்னா பிக்கு டெஃபினட்டாக 5ங்கிற ஃபேக்டர் வரக்கூடாது. பிங்கிற நம்பர் 3ங்கிற ஃபேக்டர் வச்சுருந்ததுன்னா ஏ ஷுட் நாட் ஹாவ் 3. லைக்வைஸ் தெர் இஸ் நோ காமன் ஃபேக்டர். ரெண்டு பேர்த்துக்குமே ஒரே ஃபேக்டர் வராது. அந்த மாதிரி நம்பர்ஸை தான் கோப்ரைம் அப்படிங்கிறோம். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த டெஃபினிஷன் ஆஃப் த கோப்ரைம். மீனிங் ஆஃப் த கோப்ரைம் இஸ் போத் ஆஃப் ஏ அண்ட் பி டசன்ட் ஹாவ் த காமன் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ். Here assumption, first step is assumption root 5 equal to a by b. A by b is the rational number, but root 5 we know that already, but thing is we have to prove mathematically. Root 5 equal to a by b. A by b is the rational number. We are assuming that root 5 is rational. Step number 2. Step number 2 is squaring both sides and manipulation. Now root 5 equal to a by b. Now a ஒரு சைடில் வச்சுட்டு we are moving another side. A equal to root 5b. Okay, we are making the equation like that. We are arranging like that. In the step 2 is squaring and manipulation. இப்போ வந்து மூவ் பண்ணிட்டு squaring on both sides we are getting 5b square equal to a square. இப்போ அதே மாதிரி a square நம்ம ரெப்ரசன்டேஷன் வச்சுருக்கோம். அப்போ b squareனு சொல்லி மூவ் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கோம். This is we have been squared, manipulated this equation. Manipulation mean what is that? அதை சேஞ்ச் பண்ணி எழுதுறதுக்கு பேர் தான் manipulation, but without alteration பண்ணல, but we have been changed the position. That only we have been performed. So a square equal to 5b square, b square equal to a square divided by 5. Next step 3. Step 3 is divisibility. Divisibility means already we know we have been stated beginning p is a prime number and p divides a square, then p divides a where a is a positive number. Thing is a ஒரு நம்பரால நம்ம வந்து டிவைட் பண்ண போறோம். That is 5. Already we are having 5 in the equation and the same 5 எடுத்து we are going to be divide. That is the step number 3. 5 shall divide all a also. A வந்து 5 divide பண்ணுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி we are taking an assumption according to the theorem. Step 3 finished. Step 3 is divisibility. We have been divided the 5b square divided by a square equation with the help of 5. So a square divided by 5 equal to b square. At the same time we have to mention 5 shall divide a also. This we have to mention. This is the first equation. A square by 5 equal to b square. Next step 4. In the step 4 we are assigning a prime factor. அது வந்து cங்கிற லெட்டரில் வந்து ஒரு அசைன் பண்ணுறோம். We are assigning process. This is the C. Another ஒரு letter வச்சு assign பண்றோம். That is AB we used. So third is C. C ஐ யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். A by 5 equal to C னு assign பண்றோம். So we are rearranging this equation. A equal to 5C. And expressing the term in terms of A. Assigning integer and expressing the term in terms of A. A வந்து LHSல கொண்டு வந்துடணும் இந்த step number 4. Next, step number 5. Step number 5. இந்த step number 5ல step number 4ல identify பண்ண A equal to 5C அந்த ஈக்குவேஷனில் this is standard procedure. இதே மாதிரி தான் நெக்ஸ்ட் சம்முக்கும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணும், நெக்ஸ்ட் சம்முக்கும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணும், ஃபைண்டிங் த ஆர் ப்ரூவிங் த இரேஷனல் நம்பர்ஸ்க்கு. A equal to 5Cன்னு ஸ்டெப் 4ல ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணதை substitute back in the first equation. First equation is what is that? 5b square equal to a square. That is a square equation. Already we found that a equal to 5c. A equal to 5c and the 5b square equal to 5c whole square. We have been substituted and we have been simplified. Square inside போகும்போது இந்த RHS 25 ஆகுது. அதே மாதிரி C will be C square. Again we are expressing in terms of B square. B square மட்டும் இந்த சைடு வச்சுட்டு we are moving 5 into the RHS. அப்போ 1 by 5 into 25 C square. 5 and 25 got cancelled and we are getting B square equal to 5 C square. Step number 5ல b square equal to 5c squareங்கிற ஃபைனல் ஆன்சர் வருது. ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 2ல வந்து a ஸ்கொயர்னு ஈக்குவேஷனை ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணோம். ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 3ல டிவிசிபிலிட்டி we have done. ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 3 is divisibility. ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 5ல b ஸ்கொயர் ஈக்குவல் டு 5c ஸ்கொயர். ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 5ல ஃபைனலாக என்ன கன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுறோம்னா நெக்ஸ்ட் ஆல் சம்ஸ் வில் பி எக்ஸ்பிரஸ்ட் இன் டர்ம்ஸ் ஆஃப் b ஸ்கொயர். இப்போ b ஸ்கொயர் ஈக்குவல் டு 5c ஸ்கொயர் அப்படிங்கிற ஈக்குவேஷனாக ஃபைனல் ஈக்குவேஷன் நம்மளுக்கு கிடச்சிருக்கு. நெக்ஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டெப்ஸ் நம்பர் 6. Step 6 is divisibility. Divisibilityல again we are dividing the equation b square equation which is found in the step 5ல கிடைச்ச ஈக்குவேஷனை 5ஆல் நம்ம டிவைட் பண்ணுறோம். அப்போ டிவைட் பண்ணும்போது we are getting b square divided by 5. In the RHS 5 will get cancelling and we are getting the equation b square divided by 5 equal to c square. Okay, with the help of this equation we have to give certain conclusion. Hence 5 divides b square. b square 5 divide பண்ணுங்கறாங்க. So again the theorem is coming. If p is a prime number, p divides a square, then p divides a where a is a positive number. Next step number 7. 7 is contradiction. Already in the step number 6 வந்து we found that b square can divided by 5. b also divide 5. And another one thing is in the step number 2 we found one equation. At step number 3ல ஒரு conclude பண்ணோம். a can be divided by 5. a square also can divided by 5. ஓகே, 2 ஐட்டம்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணியிருந்தோம். இங்கே தான் கான்ட்ரடிக்ஷன் வருது. ஆல்ரெடி வி ஹேவ் பீன் டேக்கன் த அசம்ஷன் a and b are not co-prime in this situation, but thing is a and b are co-primes. According to the assumption a and b are co-prime. ஆனால் ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 3 அண்ட் ஸ்டெப் நம்பர் 6ல வந்த ஆன்சர்ஸ் வந்து ரெண்டுமே ஒரே ஃபேக்டர் வந்து ஹேவிங். ஓகே, 5, that is 5. ஸோ சேம் ஃபேக்டர் வச்சுருக்கறனால a and b. ஸோ a and b அப்படிங்கிறது கோப்ரைமாக இருக்கணும்னா ரெண்டுமே சேம் ஃபேக்டர் இருக்கக்கூடாது. பட் இன் திஸ் சிச்சுவேஷன் a and b both are having the same factor which is 5. அதனால் a and b are not co-prime. So this is contradiction. இந்த கான்ட்ரடிக்ஷன்னால we are assumption is wrong. என்ன assumption நம்ம எடுத்தோமோ அது ராங்காக இருக்குது. In the step 1 we have been assumed that root 5 is rational, that is equal to a by b அப்படின்னு எடுத்துட்டோம். a by b is a rational numberக்கு ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணி பார்த்தோம். இங்கே கான்ட்ரடிக்ஷன் வருது. So finally we are giving the conclusion. Step number 8. Step number is the last step, that is by contradiction root 5 is irrational. Find rational. Why? In the step 7 we got the contradiction. The contradiction வரனால it is step 8 la வந்து we are getting result as root 5 is irrational. இதே same step will be followed. What are the sums they are asking to prove the given number is irrational? We have to follow the same step. Those steps are, step number 1 is assumption, step number 2 is squaring and manipulation, step number 3 is divisibility, step number 5 is substitute back, and step number 6 is again divisibility and produce the equation b square divided by b, and finally we are comparing the equations in the step 7, that is there based on the comparison we are getting the contradiction. So step number 7 is contradiction, step number 8 is conclusion, this is irrational or not, based on the step 7. That's all. This 8-step procedure will be followed for all the sums which is coming. Okay, now we are going to be discuss about the second problem of the second exercise of the first unit, real numbers. This is 3 plus 2 root 5 we are having. We have to prove that this is irrational. Okay, 8-step procedure we are having in this complete second exercise, having the same procedure, all the problems having the same procedure, that is 8-step procedure. Okay, according to that we can solve this problem also. Step 1, given number will be assumed as a rational. 2 root 5 is rational. Now we can represent in terms of mathematics, that is can be written as a by b. a by b ங்கிறது ஒரு rational number, அதை வந்து we are assigning to the given number. So that is 3 plus 2 root 5 equal to a divided by b. a divided by b. இதுதான் assumption வந்து எடுத்துட்டோம். We have been taken according to the mathematical model. Next we have to rearrange the equation. எப்படி rearrange பண்ணணும்? Next step number 2 is manipulating the equation. Manipulating the equation means the equation rearrange பண்றோம். We are moving the 3 to the RHS. அது வந்து a by b minus 3 it is coming. Again we are moving the 2 to the RHS. Before that இதை வந்து cross multiplication பண்ணி a minus 3b divided by b we are getting. After balancing that we are moving the 2 to the RHS. We are getting this equation. One side we are getting the irrational number root 5 வந்துருச்சு. Previous caseல வந்து we need to substitute the what is a by b, a by 5 அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் கொண்டு வந்துட்டு இருந்தோம். இந்த சம்ல அது வேண்டியதில்லை, because we have been manipulated the equation. நம்ம rearrange பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் left sideல we got one irrational number rootல வந்ததுனால நம்ம இதுக்கு அப்புறம் அந்த 8-step procedureல வந்து we have been skipped the 3 steps. அந்த 3 steps skip ஆகி we can jump to the final contradiction step க்கு வந்துட்டோம். That is the 7th step. Normally root 5 is the irrational number. A minus 3b divided by 2b is the rational number. அப்போ left sideக்கும் right sideக்கும் we are getting the contradiction. So our assumption is incorrect. In this situation we are coming to the 8th step, that is conclusion. 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational, hence proved. This is the smallest problem comparing to the previous problem. Previous problem root 5 only they have been given to proving the irrational number. Here 3 plus 2 root 5 is coming. So we can conclude very easy manner, skipping the 3 steps comparing to the first problem of the second exercise. Again I repeating this problem. We have to prove that 3 plus 2 5 is irrational. First we have taken the assumption as a opposite, because this is a irrational number. So we are putting 3 plus 2 5 is equal to a by b. a by b is the rational number. Now we have rearranged the equation, step number 2. Why we are rearranging? Another name of rearranging is manipulation. Okay, now we are moving all the items apart from root 5 to the RHS. We are getting in this step 2 root 5 equal to a minus 3b divided by 5. So in this we are again moving this to the to RHS side. We are getting root 5 equal to a minus 3b divided by 2b. Finally, now we have been jumped to the seventh step, because here itself we are having the root 5. In the previous case we have the 5, now we are having root 5 itself. Root 5 we know that is irrational, so directly we are coming to the seventh step, that is the contradiction step. So root 5 is irrational and RHS we are having the rational number. So this is a contradiction. Contradiction has been occurred, so we can prove that what is that irrational is not equal to rational. So our assumption is incorrect, because we assumed that that is a rational number. So assumption is incorrect. This is the contradiction phase. So we are concluding that 3 plus 2 root 5 is a irrational number. That's all this problem. Let me move towards the next problem. Okay, now we can discuss about the third problem of the second exercise of the first unit. Now prove the followings are irrational. They have been provided 1 by 2. Normally step 1, 8 step procedure we know that. In accordingly we can solve this problem. Okay, now for proving that, step 1 is assumption. We have to prove the 1 by 2 irrational. Let us assume to the opposite. We are assuming step 1 is assumption. 1 by 2 is irrational. Now 1 by root 2 can be written as the form of a by b. Normally rational number representation in mathematics a by b. So we are substituting that 1 by root 2 equal to a by b. Here we are step 2 is manipulation. After assumptioning 1 by root 2 equal to a by b, manipulation. Manipulation is b by a equal to root 2. And before that we have to mention a and b are co-prime. Adha vandu nama kandipa mention pananum. This is the very important thing. Co-prime means a and both does not have any common factor. Common prime factor rendu perthittu irukadu. For example, a root 2 vechirundhana b will not have definitely 2 irukakudadu. That only the condition. Under this condition only we are assumptioning the given number is rational. Now b by a is a rational number, root 2 is irrational number. In this, let us jump to the directly we can jump to the seventh step, that is contradiction, declaration of the contradiction. Left hand side we are having a rational number, that is b by a. In the right hand side root 2 we are having, that is irrational. So it will be a contradiction. Contradiction irukkarnala assumption is incorrect. Now step 7 finished. Step 8 is conclusion part. Our assumption is wrong, therefore 1 by root 2 is irrational number, hence proved. This is the little bit simple problem. Now let me move to the next problem of the second exercise. Okay, 7 root 5. Now for step 1 is assumption. 7 root 5 is a irrational number. To proving this we have to take up 7 root 5 is a rational. This is the declaration. Now mathematical representation is 7 root 5 is equal to a by b. A by b is the rational number. Here a and b are co-prime. Rendu perthukkum ore prime factor irukadu. That only the meaning of co-prime. This mentioning is very important. Then only you can get the mark. So root 5 is equal to 1 by 7. We are moving the 7 to this side. So 1 by 7 a into b. Now this step is called manipulation. First assumption, manipulation. After finishing this second step, let me jump to the root 5 is equal to 7b. This is the step number 7. This is the contradiction step. So left side is irrational, right side is rational. This will not possible. So this is a contradiction. So we are declaring that our assumption is incorrect. So contradiction happen, assumption also incorrect. So let me move to the conclusion phase. In the step number 7 we got the contradiction, so concluding that 7 root 5 is irrational number. That's all about this problem. Let me move to the next problem. Now 6 plus root 2, we have to prove this. This is a irrational number. Step 1 is assumption. 6 plus root 2 is irrational. To proving this, we have to take up assumption as opposite. 6 plus root 2 is rational. A by b is the rational form normally we use it to represent. 6 plus root 2 equal to a by b. Root 2 equal to a by b minus 6. This is the manipulation step. This is the step 2. After assumptioning, next we have to manipulate this equation. This is the step 2. We have been manipulated. Okay. In the LHS side, we got root 2. Root 2 is irrational number. So directly we can jump to the step number 6. Sorry, step number 7. Step number 7 is the contradiction, declaration of the contradiction. Contradiction is how the contradiction is happening. In LHS is irrational, RHS rational. So this is a contradiction. So we have been declared that our assumption is incorrect. Then let me move to the step 8. Step 8 is conclusion. Due to the contradiction step, result is assumption is incorrect. We are concluding that the given number is irrational. That is 6 plus root 2 is irrational number. That only we are proving in this step. Again I am concluding this 6 plus root 2 is irrational. That's all this problem. This unit we have been finished all the problems. Exclusively we have 8 steps to calculating the irrational numbers that we have been learned. Let me move towards the next unit.